Welcome back to Rolly's Retro Room. I'm your host, Rolly. That is your boy, Tony, over there. And we
What
are
up?
back at it with episode 32. And today we have an awesome guest. Before we bring him out, how are you doing, Tony?
Pretty good, man. I got some holes. I think I might have more holes than you this time because I got quite a bit to show. I'll make it quick though, so we'll do that afterwards. But how you doing up there?
Good, good. I I thought I was gonna wear a t-shirt today, and I was surprised with a Space Jam
Look at
hoodie.
that.
They're on
Very nice.
clearance apparently from Target, and my girl hooked me up. So I'm all fucking Space Jammed out
Oh,
today. I've
Ooh, I
had
gotta
this
go to
for a
Target
minute. She got me the hat.
Nice.
So today we are
Space Jam.
repping Space Jam. It would have been nice to have this when we talked about Space Jam, right?
Yeah, not bad. But you had the bottle, so it was nice. So,
Yeah.
very nice.
So-
Love your sweatshirt.
Thank you. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we have another guest today. Now, this guest, I met him probably, I want to say a year ago. And he and I became good friends. We bonded over turtles. And ever since then, it's been a match made in social media heaven. And now we're just boys and we just talk shit all the time. His name is Emery, and he is formerly known as the artist known as Nostalgic Dog Dad. On Instagram now, he is 80s and 90s Rewind, and on TikTok, he is the Nostalgic Xennial. What's up, Emery?
Gentlemen, welcome. How's it going?
Good, good, man. We're happy to finally be up and running.
Yeah. Hey, it's about time you guys finally had me on, too. I've been waiting for this invite for a while.
Yeah, no, it's not like we've been chasing you for a while to be on here.
Mhm.
But no, man, it's awesome to have you on. Like I've been talking to you for a while about this. Like essentially at first, Tony and I thought that you were probably going to be the first guest we had on. And then we had some stuff come up, and another good buddy of mine ended up being our first guest. So that was awesome of him to come on. And then now, since you have quite the following and the presence and the practice of talking on camera with people with your TikTok lives, which are just blowing up, you've given us the opportunity to have you grace us with not only your presence, but your collection and all the awesomeness that comes with it.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you having me on. I do know I'm in the presence of an Emmy Award winner, multiple time Emmy Award winner. Is that true? But
Yes. Yes.
Tony,
Thank you for
Tony,
bringing that up, really.
just because no, hold on one second. I'm about to knock you down some pegs
Please do.
because I also have a trophy.
Oh, yeah.
Take that. Boom.
Yeah,
This
I would
is
trade
the This is the 5-year anniversary trophy for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring it on. You know, you're not the only one sporting gold around here.
I
Dude,
think
I
you
would
would
trade that for an
trade
Emmy
all
any day.
7 for that one.
For that one right there. Also, like, here, just take them all. Just give me that. Well, congrats.
Nope,
That's
not
an
happening.
awesome trophy. I love it.
Thank
I
you.
would totally trade
Thank
that away. I'm not kidding.
So typically, Emery, in this part in the beginning of the show, as you know, because you are an avid follower of the show, we talk about our hauls. So I thought I didn't have any, but then I went into my car in my trunk and realized before I went on all those trips I went on, I had quite the stack of VHSs and of course a Ninja Turtles action figure. So I'm gonna go through mine real quick. I believe you told me you have some and Tony has some. So let's run through mine real quick. Here's some VHSs I picked up. Now, who remembers the movies The Best of the Best?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Me?
I got
Absolutely.
part 1
Nice.
and part 2.
You found both of them. Nice.
They were right next to each other.
Which one's the best one? Which is the best of the best?
I actually like part 1 better. Then I've been hunting a very good clean version of 7.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
That's beautiful.
This one was a highlight for me.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? And then my mom got me this one, Angels in the Outfield.
What a classic.
And then this next one, because Tony, you know, I'm a huge Pauly Shore fan.
Of course.
Son-in-law.
Son-in-Law.
Oh my God,
Great
yes.
Thanksgiving movie. For those who don't know,
Absolutely.
that is a Thanksgiving movie right there.
It is a
I
Thanksgiving.
watch it once a year. I watch that once a year during Thanksgiving time.
It's
Yeah,
one of the
I love that
all-time
movie.
Thanksgiving. I love it.
And I mean the movie, actually all his movies, I love Pauly Shore, but Encino Man obviously was like awesome. But Biodome is a movie that I watch as much as I can. It's just that dumb buddy comedy. I'm just like, I quote it all the time. My son and I quote it. Like I got my son into it, and he and I just go back and forth, making a filter, making a filter. Then I got this. I found it. I saw a turtle, so I have to grab a turtle when I see a turtle. It was like 40 cents.
Very nice.
Back to that Biodome thing. The one my son loves to say is when he farts, he's like, "Oh, nothing artificial about that. Just got a little bit warmer."
That's a great one.
And is there anything else? Yes. Of course. How can I forget? My Metal Gear Solid, which I actually made a video about it today.
Look at that, man.
And last but not least, so we can move on, this old school GE alarm clock.
Damn.
What year is that from, do you think? Like 70s, 80s?
This has to
82
be.
maybe?
That's old boy.
82.
It doesn't say the
Looks
year.
like my grandma's. It's so old they didn't even put the dates on it.
It does, yeah. It does say Singapore, but I don't have a year on here.
Huh.
But yeah, this bad boy it's seen some days.
I'm sure it has that that
Oh my God.
everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody, we talked about that on one of our shows. Woo, everybody remembers that.
Oh,
noise.
thank you.
That's it for me, bro.
All right, not bad. Those are some pretty good hauls.
Show us yours, Tony, and then we'll get to the
I'll make
lucky
mine
guest.
quick. Obviously, we talked about cassette tapes last week, so I got the Prince one, but this week I got a 3-set of Nirvana, Nevermind,
Oh,
in
Nice.
utero. We put them up and right side up. There we go. There we go. And of course, my most famous one, MTV Unplugged, Nirvana.
yes.
Can't go wrong.
I remember seeing that live. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're lucky. I wish I would have seen it live. That would have been an incredible experience. Now I just watch it like on YouTube and reruns. And I finally found it. I went to, I think, about 6 Rosses because Ghostbusters News put up a flash on it about, hey, these aren't Rosses. Go look for them. And finally, I found one, and it is the Transformer Ecto one right there. I couldn't believe it. I was like,
Nice.
I found it. This is it. I got it. And of course, I asked Rolly, it's like, hey, did you get this one? He's like, yeah, I got this one a while ago, but I'm looking for the white one. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I go back, I go into another Ross, and okay, hey, you're looking for the white one? Yeah. Well, I found 4 of them. Bam. I found it. The white
nice.
Optimus Prime right there. So I got Rolly one. Rolly's coming to you. So those are my holes, and my beautiful wife got me in order to listen to the tape since the Maxell is not out yet. I got that nice little wireless type player with speakers. I could just like, this thing is so cool. I could just like play the tapes and just like take it around with me, and just it's like my own little personal boombox. It's like I for some reason this is a lot better than the speakers on my phone. I don't know why. It just sounds better. The warmth, again, tape has warmth and stuff. I love this thing. So
yeah,
shout out to my wife for that one. And yeah, man, those are my hauls.
Nice.
Very cool.
All right, what you got,
Emery? It's time to flex.
All right, guys. So, well, I started TikTok about a month ago, and I started live streaming about 3 weeks ago. I've reconnected with some people in the toy community that I've known for a while, but just kind of lost touch with. Anyway, one of them hopped on the live. He is Toys and Collectibles for Life on Instagram, and Facebook is where he does a lot of his stuff. But he gifted me. This is Dark Cat from the SWAT Cats.
Nice.
He was just so grateful to hook me up because he knew I needed them. So that was one of the really cool ones I got.
That's sick.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. Very nice.
This, the next 2 are off of eBay. I like to purchase stuff off of eBay because I can find really good deals. But this is a utility bag, Turtles utility bag.
Nice.
I have one opened, and it's what I keep. I have 17 pounds of TMNT accessories in my open one. But yeah, now I've got a sealed one. So
Nice.
Very cool.
And then lastly, this is an amazing piece. This is a 1988 Leonardo still on card, but what makes it extra special is it's got a pop-up display stand, which they only released for a certain amount of time on these. They're known as 10 backs. Any of the 1988 original release had all 10
10
characters
figures
on the back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a pop-up display inside of this with like cardboard characters and stuff, and they just made it a way to like sell more of
To
them.
sell
You
it,
know,
yeah.
they tried different, yeah, and some of them had like, I don't know if you guys remember the fan club flyer. You could
Mhm.
join like the fan
Yeah.
club, the TMNT fan club. So
Yeah.
I have some that have the fan club flyer inside, which are also rare. But yeah, these go, so normal they would go for like between 100 and 150, and this, I don't know, somewhere 250, 300, 350, depending on conditions. So, but yeah, I got a really good deal on it. And
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Never
I
get
tell,
the
I
urge
tell
to open
Emery
them.
all the time that he's a sniper. I call him a sniper.
Oh,
He
he's a
just
sniper.
snipes these
Yeah.
crazy deals on eBay. Right behind him, if you look, he has that big ass Donatello back there.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
the small version of it. And when he got that Donatello and he told me what he got it for, like my jaw hit the floor.
Wow.
yeah, so this guy, somebody posted him. I am lucky enough that I'm obsessive enough to be checking eBay a lot. I have a lot of saved searches. And so when somebody throws something like this up, they are thinking it's the price of the little
They
figure.
thought it was a little one, yeah.
Yep.
So this is a $200+ figure that I got for $25. So
Wow.
yeah, and it's stuff like I have had a lot of success with. Just have to be patient and have a little bit of OCD, I guess.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know what they have either. You know, they're just like,
No, that's yes, exactly.
old son's toys. Let me see what I can get for him on eBay. You know, and
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, or like resellers, they just want a quick flip, so they won't do a lot of research. They just are like, oh my gosh, I'm going to make $20. I paid $1 for that, so
Yeah.
they don't care. They're making money, and it makes my freaking month. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
And we'll actually touch on that in the segment later about eBay and hunting and how you and I both shop and stuff like that. But yeah, so just real quick before we get into the episode, I want to say thank you to everyone who has been listening and has been commenting. As of recently, our latest two, actually one reel, the Inspector Gadget one, is doing like really good. A lot of people are engaging on that one because almost no one like knew what Dr. Claw looked like.
No one.
And
there was a comment on there that says, "You've just ruined it for me. Put it back."
Yeah.
No,
So I saw that comment. The guy's like, "Yo, you messed it up." I'd rather have not seen that. Emery actually has a funny story about that, and we'll touch on that in the actual when we get into the toy segment. But thank you to everyone who's been engaging, liking, subscribing. As of lately, we had like in the last 3 days, like the listens like shot up. So I appreciate that.
Awesome.
To everyone that's been listening. Real quick, again, like this is Rolly's Retro Room, but all of you are part of this. So if you guys do want to reach out to us, we do have that email. It's Rolly's Retro Room Pod @gmail.com. You can shoot us an email there. Let us know what you think of the show. Send us pictures of your collection. Send us pictures of your outfits, of your anything you have going on that's retro. Or if you want to just let us know what you think of the show, we love to communicate with you guys. A lot of the communication has been coming in the DMs, and I'm all for that. But just in case if DM in some way seems weird, or if you don't have Instagram or TikTok, and you're just a straight up person listening to this on any of the podcast sites, by all means, hit us up on the email. Tony and I will gladly respond, talk to you, and shout you out here on the show. But
for sure.
With that being said, we're going to jump into our first segment. So we do have Emery on here. So this is kind of catered around Emery's, specialty, his expertise. So he is a big collector when it comes to all things nostalgia, 80s, 90s, all kinds of cartoons and fandoms. We're going to be talking mostly today about Ninja Turtles, collecting, Nickelodeon, and we're going to find out a little bit more about him. So with that being said, let's jump into our next segment. All right, if you grew up in the 80s or 90s, chances are you were a fan of Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is a foundation for most of us Xennials, Millennials, and some Gen X people when it comes to what we were watching as far as TV goes, cartoons, Nicktoons, game shows, and stuff like that. And back in the day, Nickelodeon, I think, in fact, correct me if I'm wrong, Tony, Nickelodeon only ran up until 8 o'clock. and then it was Nick
Yeah.
at Night for like the adults.
Yes.
So we only had kids TV programming on one channel, at least in my neighborhood, because we didn't have Disney Channel until 8 o'clock. Our guest today has a lot of cool Nickelodeon stuff, and just with that, just us talking about Nickelodeon, I'm just looking at his background right now, and I just see a lot of Nick behind you. So, Emery, what you got going on back there?
Yeah, so well, behind me, I collect, like you said, a lot of weird Nickelodeon stuff, and I have bed sheets. So right here is Ren and Stimpy bed sheets.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Here are Rugrats bed sheets, if you can see those.
Yeah.
And then behind me, the main one, that is a Coleman sleeping bag from the 90s with the doo-wop dinosaurs. And I just hang it like open it up and hang it like a tapestry. And yeah, it's one of my favorite pieces I own, actually.
Nice.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
No, just the thing that pops about Nickelodeon is just that orange. Anytime you see that orange contrasting against like any of the greens and blue stuff that they put it on, that orange is just iconic against everything. And it instantly transports you.
No, it really is. Like they did like different things. Like I think one of the things I remember is that they had I don't even remember, they had like a foot for some reason. I don't know why. Do you remember that?
A foot, a splat, a blimp.
Yeah.
They had all kinds of spaceships. They've had all kinds of different things. Yeah.
Like it was just it was everything. But yeah, that again, the orange years as we call them.
Yeah.
So but yeah, man.
So
and of course the shows, who could have forgot the shows that were on there, bro?
So Emery, what was your favorite show as far as, let's say, like the game shows on Nickelodeon?
Oh man, easily Double Dare.
Double Dare, and there he is,
right there,
flexing those tapes.
Got the VHS tape, and hold on, guys, I got something else here that's really, really neat. These are from 1994. These are unused Family Double Dare live tickets.
Holy
that
shit.
is so cool. What a flex right there.
That's awesome.
It wasn't because I had the opportunity to go as, one of those. I had the opportunity to buy some tickets from 32 years ago.
That's incredible.
Still awesome.
Dude, talk about saving ticket stubs.
Yep. If there's going to be a ticket stub you want to collect, there's definitely some Double Dare ticket stubs.
For sure.
Absolutely.
The thing with Double Dare, so I think Double Dare, it started in the 80s, and we had talked about this earlier, but Double Dare at first was just like the kids on there competing with each other against like red team, blue team, and they were just doing the craziest like weird obstacle courses, and that's where I learned the word obstacle. Like I didn't know the word obstacle until I heard it on Double Dare. And then you see this, like how many of us want to roll through the middle of that damn thing, sliding down a slide of, I think it's like what, pizza toppings or something like that. They put
Looks
all
like
that crazy stuff to get like mad grimy on there.
Yeah.
So Emery, when you see this, what do you think?
Oh my gosh, dude. This transports me, like just watching this transports me back to being, 8, 9 years old, wanting to just go face first, digging through the big nose, just hitting all the off. Yeah, right. Look at that. I mean, come on.
There it is.
Who back then didn't want to just be like freaking elbow deep in green?
Yeah.
God knows what.
I think when I was watching this, I was so left out, and I was like, man, I wish I could be doing that. I'll just start picking my nose just to kind of play along. Like, play along at home, guys. Pick your own noses.
Yeah. There's no flag up there. What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah, remember, that's what it was. You had to dig for flags in there, right?
It was like a flag type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way it worked is you'd have to pull the flag. You'd have to find the flag in each one of the obstacles, and then you had to pass it on to the next person. They would do the next obstacle, and then you would have to run around to and wait for them. So, meanwhile, Mark Summers is dragging these kids around because it was the Wild West of game shows back then.
Yeah.
Like nobody had just random kids game shows doing this crazy stuff. So if you watch any of the episodes back then, like he's literally dragging these kids around. They're sliding along the floor. He's trying to help them. Like it's just hilarious, and I love it. I love every second of it.
What I liked about the show, like it doesn't start normal like any other. It starts with him like intense. He's like, "Hi, I'm Mark Stormers. Welcome to Double Dare. In 3, 2, 1," and they just start in a fucking game. Like it's setting the fucking pace already. Like you're gonna get into some crazy shit, and it's just one stage, but they would have all like everything just lined up. And I think at the very end, whatever like the championship was or the finale was of every episode, they made like a 4-piece obstacle course that you had to go through.
Yeah, for sure. And
it was amazing.
They had some pretty odd names too. Let me tell you, well, I don't know what came up with this one.
All right,
different times, guys. Different times.
This was what the Diddy game, the lube job.
Baby oil everywhere.
That's probably where he got his idea for all this. But yeah, the lube job.
The loop job.
That's this was on Family Double Dare. So it went from in the late 80s from Double Dare, which was just, teams of kids playing against each other, and then it went to Family Double Dare. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like would it always be like a family of 4?
I think so.
Yeah.
So they do a mom, a dad, and like 2 kids. So like the requirement was you have to be a unit of 4. And those were funny because I specifically remember certain episodes where like you could tell the dad was competitive. So like the dad's like, come on. Yeah. And it's just like it's funny to see because like as a kid, and I had my dad was kind of like that. I'm just like, I know what that kid does not want to fumble here in front of everybody. So like you're there picking the nose, grabbing the flag, and your dad's like, hurry up, come on. So, but Family Double Dare was so crazy, and I think that's, if I'm not mistaken, at least to me, I think Family Double Dare or Double Dare in general was the show that started the slime with Nickelodeon.
So hold on, time out.
Yeah, go.
There was before Double Dare. There was a show called "You Can't Do That on Television."
Right.
Oh.
And it was a Canadian show that Nickelodeon brought down. And if you remember, they slimed people on that show. It was like the oatmeal slime though, like green. It was like the consistency of oatmeal. So it was different. And I'm pretty sure that introduced the whole slime thing, like saying a certain word would trigger the slime to come down. Right there you go. So yeah, that's I'm pretty sure that's where it started.
Interesting. So that's probably where they got the idea. Maybe a producer or something saw it on Canadian television and said, "Hey, that's a pretty good idea," and then kind of ran with it, right?
Yeah. So You Can't Do That on Television became like it became a Nickelodeon show, and then so they just, I guess it just kind of carried on from there.
If I remember correctly, isn't that's the one that like at the end it like cracks like a glass or something like that?
Yeah. It was a variety. It was like a skit show.
Yeah.
There was some of them where they would open up the lockers and come popping out of the lockers, talking to each other. Like it was a strange show, but for a kid who had a short attention span, like those types of shows were good, you know?
So Double Dare, and I feel awesome game show, made us all want to be on it. We would do like field day at our schools, and that was like our opportunity to kind of do our own Double Dare, where we would do like the race where we had to hand off the baton and jump rope and stuff like that. And then there was other like Double Dare, then the games, I feel like during Double Dare's time, there was the a little more techie one, which was one of my favorites, which was Nick Arcade, because it merged 2 things that I really liked. One, just a game show with kids, and 2, going into video games. Like when you saw that, I was just like, that's the show I really want to be on, because you answer questions. I think they were like games, questions around video games, which I was absolutely an expert in 1990 about, because there was only a handful of games, and I had most of them. And then you would do these like their version of a physical challenge. So you would make like a character, I think his name is Mikey, walk up and down on a map, and then depending on what spot he landed on, it would like activate a game or something like that. and then the game would be one of the players going into a video game and like throwing darts and doing all this crazy stuff. Yeah, like right there. Just press the start button. Now, I saw how they do this, and of course, it sucks to see how they make the sausage, if you will, because you're just like, really, that's what it is. It's I mean, granted, logically you would know as an adult, but it's basically like the weatherman. It's just a blue screen.
Yeah.
They're looking at a TV in front of them, and it's like, all right, it's right in front of you. I don't know what's going on with this girl. She's just like, yo, press the start button. I am.
Yeah, it's not like. Do you guys remember the old? I don't know if it came out before this show or after, but Captain Nintendo, where he gets sucked into the Nintendo game. Do you guys remember this cartoon? That's what I pictured.
It sounds familiar.
That's what I pictured this being like. Like as a kid, I wanted to be like sucked into the video game. You know what I mean? That and what the way you're describing it, yeah, I think that would have ruined the fun of it all.
That's one of the reasons why I like this show so much, because it from not knowing how it's done and stuff like that, it's like the kids are in the game. They run into like these doors. When they're inside, they're doing their thing, and then there it is. And then when they come out, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's cool. Like I was in the video game." And then, like I said, I saw later on how they made it, and I was just like very underwhelmed. I was like, "Well, that sucks." Yo, is that Clarissa and her brother?
It is.
That's awesome.
I don't know if this is before Clarissa.
No, that's during Clarissa. They had them on as guests. They would have Nickelodeon stars from the shows come on and play like as a crossover.
They did that on Double. They did that on Double Dare too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So yeah, that was definitely a great one of a classic one. I think we all wanted to be on that video game. Like I could do this.
Exactly.
100%.
Put me in an arcade right now. I will fucking just make sure I have all the power ups.
Yeah.
What
was your favorite game show?
My favorite game show was definitely Legends of the Hidden Temple. That was for me. I was like, I need to be on this show. I never did, but that was probably one of my favorite game shows. Definitely was.
Because you are 100% sure that you could build that monkey in record time.
I could build that monkey. I could build that monkey. I could build that monkey. Just put me in, coach. I can build that monkey.
How many of us were watching that damn show and we're just like, it's 3 pieces. What's wrong with you? Why is that taking? Why? Hello, body? No, is it feet, body, head? Why are you putting the ass on top? Like, what's going on?
Listen, guys, come on now. You're. It's easy for you to say when you're not getting chased down by half-naked Mayan soldiers. So I don't want to hear this. You pretend like you know. Come on.
I will give you that. Nothing says your life is threatened like half-naked Mayans with a mask just shouting at you.
Bro.
I almost went to go imitate something that I thought they would say. I'm like, nope, can't do that. Whatever your imitation is going to be, that's going to definitely not go the right way. But Legends of the Hidden Temple was awesome. Another physical one. This was like, what was it, 4 teams? I couldn't tell you what they are. I just know that there was like a monkey, the snake, and 2 other animals, and then there was colors associated. And then
there was a bunch of, I think it was 4 teams. It was 4 teams, wasn't it?
It starts off as 4 teams, I think, or maybe more. And then it starts like breaking down depending on like your point system and stuff like that. And then it ends with just the one team, I think, just going through that tunnel and trying to get all the pieces at the end. There's like 4 or 5 colors there.
Yeah, they start and then they
flying monkey and all that.
Yeah. And then I think in the beginning, the first obstacle, the first like test that they do, the first obstacle, like somebody gets booted off right after that one. Like,
like it's like
the purple parrots didn't make it this time. Thanks for joining us. Yo, I said purple parrots, not knowing purple parrots, and then I saw the shirt. That's literally how crazy your memory works. I didn't know purple parrots was a thing, and then it freaking flashed. I was like, holy shit, where did I get purple parrots from?
The purple parrots, that's right. The red monkeys, and there's other cheetahs, and all this other stuff. And of course, you run into these things.
There they are. Emery, I think we just found your Halloween costume, bro.
You think so?
I dressed up like that last year, guys.
Oh, really?
I can't do 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
goodness.
trick or treaters came by and was like, "Where's the
Yeah.
gold monkey?"
What's a silver monkey?
They have to put it together in front of my house
In front of
in order to get candy. Yeah.
What candy got built this monkey? And then
Robin,
it's like,
And I'm sitting there yelling at
I
them
don't
the whole
get candy.
time. Ah!
Meanwhile, they go back to their parents. Yeah, this half naked guy with a mask told me I had to build his monkey, and he would give me candy. Straight
Yeah.
police next 10 minutes.
Didn't go over well, guys. Didn't go over well. So not this year again.
But yeah, man, this one was crazy because that's another. Again, I feel like when we're at home, we think that this stuff is like, how is that hard? But like you had to like find like the keys to open up certain slots to climb stuff, and this one I felt, while it was a little more physical for certain things compared to another show, I felt that this one was more like interesting as far as like the layout, because you have what his name, Almanac.
I forget what his name is.
Yeah, I think his name was Almanac. Yeah.
I think it's Almanac. He tells you like all the stuff that you have to do. He gives you like a little legend, if you will, about what you're doing, why you're chasing through this thing to get this golden monkey. And he tells you if you go to the right floors, you know, these guys are gonna come out and tell you no and stuff like that. And you have to unlock all these barriers. But it was awesome to see, which I don't even think there's kid game shows today now. Like there's nothing like this on TV. And you just saw kids try, being physical, running around, climbing stuff. Like there was a point, I think, in one of these games where people were climbing ropes. Like you had to climb a rope to a certain extent. And chances are you could pull 5 kids right now from this generation, and they've never touched a rope in their life. Meanwhile,
you don't even see kids out on bicycles, dude.
No. Meanwhile, I think we were fucking climbing ropes in like PE for that presidential fitness testing that they had us do every year.
Forget that, guys. I was climbing trees in the backyard, like 20-foot trees.
I would
Parents
get in
had
trouble.
no ideas where we were. You know what I mean? Like completely different times.
Bro, when you play Manhunt, you're definitely hiding in some trees.
I would get in trouble with my brother because we would climb onto the roof of the house. We just liked climbing onto the roof.
Yep.
But Legends of the Hidden Temple, man, that one was it. That was like later in Nickelodeon. What other game show do we have? Do we have anything set up for?
Dude, Guts. Who remembers Guts?
I know.
Man, Guts.
That's your favorite. That's your favorite, Rolly.
Yeah. Guts was, first of all, it was our American Gladiators for sure.
Yes.
In a sense where you had 3 kids competing, blue, red, and now it's escaping me. Blue, red. I got beaten by this. I mean, never mind. No. Oh my God. The color. Anyways, it's 3 colors. And basically you do 4 obstacles. And at the end, the trophy of trophies. When I tell you, to this day, I don't care about, sounds messed up, I don't care about an Olympic medal. I don't care about any kind of trophy you could give anybody. I don't care what you show me as far as a trophy is. The aggro crag freaking piece at the end is something that, like, to this day, like, there was opportunities and your boy could have had one of these, but let me tell you, in person, that thing is impressive. And actually, the one that you're showing now doesn't look like the one I remember seeing in person, because the one I saw like kind of lit up inside.
Oh, it did?
So
okay.
I don't know, and you don't have to worry about it. That's fine. But like I remember the one I saw in person, it was like lit up green on the inside. Emery, I don't know if you remember the aggro crag, what it looked like that trophy.
Absolutely, guys. And funny enough, I could have had I could have had that trophy too, because they do pop up on eBay randomly, but they're thousands and thousands of dollars.
Stupid money.
Stupid money. Absolutely, I watch Guts. I love Guts. I have some. I didn't bring it out here. I probably should have, but I have some Guts like merchandise, mail-in stopwatch, and a whistle.
Very cool.
Sick.
But yeah, I loved Guts.
Yeah, Guts was, like I said, they did a lot of I want to say like kid versions of stuff they did on American Gladiator. So for instance, there's one where the kid has a bungee. I know this one very well. You wear a bungee on your back, like you're kind of like have this thing attached to you. there's a person at the top that's kind of like doing a pulley thing for you to make sure that you don't like go too far. And then they give you like the Nerf bow, and you have to jump. You have to literally, you have your Nerf bow, you go, you jump, and you shoot at a target, and then you go back and stuff like that. That one was pretty intense because if you're thinking you're trying to aim while jumping and shooting this Nerf arrow, the other one they would set up like a big pool in the middle, and you had to paddle from one end to the other, and then you had to go around your buoys. Like, and if you didn't, it would count against you. The most impressive activity on this is the final thing, which is you have to get to the top of the aggro crag. And basically what this is, you have to hit 4 or 5 lights as you're going up. Now, I remember the aggro crag in the original one, but I think it got like a different name later on. I think it was like the mega crag or something like that in the later episodes. So you're going up and you have to hit all these things. Here's the funny thing about the aggro crag. So as you're going up, there's these cannons shooting confetti up. Then you have guys at the top that are like kind of pushing off like these like foam boulders. So there's so much going on. So I could see if you ever watch some of these episodes, like some kids will like literally miss some because so much is going on and you want to race to that top and get up there. And man, let me tell you, I understand if you ever watch it and you see a kid get to the top and he has to climb back down, nothing hurts more than getting to the top of the aggro crag and having the person at the top point and tell you you miss one. That is the most heartbreaking thing like a kid competing in this kid experience. Trust me when I tell you that hurts.
And then the other person won. Oh.
And then if you would have if that kid would have made it to the top and they would have won, awesome. And then knowing that because you had to climb all the way down, hit that buzzer, and by the time you hit that buzzer, you hear the siren and the alarm of the first place person. Yeah, trust me, you're biting your lip hard on that podium, getting that second place silver medal.
Oof.
Oh man, that sounds like it probably is just one of the worst feelings in the world.
I think so. Theoretically, I would assume it's
theoretically, of course.
Theoretically.
But
you still have that silver medal, Rolly?
I don't have anything, bro. Like everything got like
throw this crap out.
But I do know this was in Orlando. Most of the filming of these episodes were in Orlando, and they filmed it at this big stage. People were there. Your parents sit like on the side of you. The people who are watching the show get to cheer you on. It went from regular Guts to global Guts, so that was always a cool transition to see that. Mike O'Malley is one of the nicest people in the universe. Like that guy is a freaking sweetheart of a person. Like he'll sit there and talk to you. And I did see like some of the kids that didn't perform well or that lost. Like he goes and he amps them up. Like he tells them, "Hey, for the camera, just hold your composure, smile, be a good sportsman." And then after everything's done, he'll come over and he'll like pat you on the back and be like, "Hey man, you did really good, man. Good job. Don't feel bad about it." He's such a dope, nice guy. Like he's like you did like after you lose, you expect like somebody like him that's famous. Like in your head as a kid, he's famous. Like he's just gonna like, all right, the show's over, walk off. Nah, he would walk over and talk to the kids, like all 3 of the kids. Like he would congratulate the winner, and then like he would spend a little more time with the 2 kids that got second and third place, and be like, "Hey man, thanks for coming." And like he'll sign something. He might sign your jersey or something like that. So super cool guy. Very cool. I think he's a super dope like host for a show. Now Nickelodeon just wasn't all fucking kids sports shows. Nickelodeon was actually cartoons as well, and we saw hella cartoons. And our buddy here has some pretty dope Nickelodeon Nicktoons memorabilia on him. So Emery, to start us off, what is that first article piece of like Nickelodeon history that you have there that you were showing us earlier?
So this is a piece of Nickelodeon Nicktoons history. It's from the year Nicktoons started, which was 1991. It's a pamphlet which explains, if you see there, he brought it up, but it's a pop-up pamphlet to explain to the TV stations the different shows that are going to be coming out, which were the 3 different shows were Rugrats, Doug, and Ren and Stimpy, of course, my favorite. But yeah, these you don't see come up very often. I assume they just got tossed once the station, they made their mind up and just tossed them. So
unbelievable. And you got your hands on one. Look at that. The 3 best Nicktoon shows, the OGs. These are the Mount Rushmore of Nicktoons right here.
Yep. The originals.
Essentially, I remember when this premiered. You said it was what, 91?
Yeah, 91 they premiered.
Bro, that means I was in first grade, and I'll tell you, I remember when they premiered these things. And now when I saw these cartoons, Doug and Rugrats fit in the line of what you expected from a kids show in Nickelodeon. Then you had Ren and Stimpy, and Ren and Stimpy was nowhere tonal wise close to Rugrats or Doug. Bro,
not even close, bro.
Such a fever dream of a show.
Bro.
Yeah, they really knocked it out of the park with this one, guys.
100%.
Oh, they really did. They really did.
I mean, I don't know how many times I told a cousin or even my brother, I'll be like, "You idiot." It was just instilled in me, like, "You idiot." Bro. And then one of my friends growing up, Manny Torres, I'll never forget, he had the soundtrack to this show. There were so many of the bangers, but the first song is Happy, Happy, Joy, Joy. And bro, that shit just took me back. And you just thinking about it, like we'd be there playing it, singing it. And then the guy he talks throughout the show. He goes, "What are you doing? Are you having fun?" Done. And it starts up Happy, Happy, Joy. And I just think back to that episode where at the end, he grabs the hammer and every time it hits a beat, he hits himself. Boom. Boom, and he's just going at it with the hammer, trying to break that control thing that was making him happy.
Yeah,
I think
helmet,
Stimpy put the helmet on him so he wouldn't be mad at him anymore. But Ren Stimpy definitely felt out of place in the beginning. It felt like we said earlier that it was probably should have been like on MTV versus Nickelodeon. But hey, they could get away with so much stuff back then because it was the 90s. And
it makes you question how could they get away, right? Like, man, how? And a lot of this stuff probably went over our heads, like. Dude.
Well, and it's funny you mentioned MTV. I think Nickelodeon was owned by MTV, so they were the umbrella company. So it would have made more sense for that to be on Liquid Television. You guys remember Eon Flux and and that would have made more sense there. But I'm so glad they didn't because. Man, as a kid watching that, just blew your mind. You never see things like that, like the up close shots that they would have, the details,
gross. Someone had like a wart, hair,
pimples,
boogers,
and
the freaking tooth fairy ripping the nerve endings and putting it on the back of its neck.
Yeah,
and it's an old man.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Let's not forget.
Completely,
Emery's favorite superhero. He probably hasn't said it, but it's definitely Powder Toast Man.
100%. Actually, guys, that's what I might go as for Halloween this year.
There you go.
That's not a bad idea.
Come on, kids. Jump on my back and squeeze my cheeks.
Yeah. I'm going to hand out pieces of toast and then fart on them, have them hold them so I can fart on them, the secret ingredient.
Oh. Yo, how the
Powder Toast Man.
How the fuck were we? What were we watching, bro?
Oh man!
And he flies backwards. He's
there it is.
Yep, there it is. Flies. What the fuck was this show, bro? It was great, but just also was like somebody was on acid. Like I have an idea.
Yeah, who comes up with this stuff for real? Dude, crazy. But yeah, it's my all-time favorite superhero.
Absolutely. I see it. And I can totally see the costume coming this Halloween, 2026. So if you see somebody
working on kids, my glutes.
There you go. You see somebody in your area trying to get kids to jump on his back and squeeze his ass, it's definitely Emery.
It's nothing weird. I promise it's not weird.
It's not. It's part of how he
That's just how it is. And there's the beginning of the powder toast.
Yep.
And then the secret ingredient comes shortly after that.
Yep. He's like, all right, kids, let me see your plates. This fucking crops dust all over.
Yeah, if you were lucky enough to be a kid in the 90s, what a time to be alive, guys.
Yeah. Meanwhile, kids are trying this in the 90s with, not being powdered toast, man, and they're just getting pink eye. But Ren and Stimpy, man,
I'm telling you, man.
What an insane cartoon. Bro, look at this. What?
Look at that. Like, there wasn't, so we're kind of desensitized now. Kids these days are desensitized. But man, back then we didn't see stuff like this every day.
No.
We didn't have the internet. We didn't have, shocking things like this. It was just so new and fresh and weird.
Exactly. New, fresh, and weird. Like, you're watching, you're just like, what? Why?
What's next? What are they going to come up with next? Oh my God.
The crazy thing, the tonal shift was ridiculous because you're watching Doug, and Doug is like, and fucking like Patty Mayonnaise, and he's in love with the chick and stuff like that. And then you go to Psycho Chihuahua. Yes, Stimpy, you idiot. And it's just like, and then all the gross stuff. And it's like, yo, how did I go from watching an obsessed, 12-year-old that likes his girl, the beats, has one on this like happy, like coming of age story. Then we go to this acid trip. Right after an acid trip. But still, great show. Now, Doug is Tony's favorite show.
Yes.
So tell us about Doug, Tony.
Dude, Doug, I don't know what it was. I think it was the believe it or not, I believe, and Emery, correct me if I'm wrong. You watch this show? I'm going to ask you one question.
Yeah, of course. I watched a little bit, yeah.
Okay, if you watched a little bit, did you try to journal?
Did I try to journal?
Like he did?
No.
No, you're alone in your principles there, bro.
God damn it. See, I'm the
You actually tried to journal?
I tried to journal like Doug. That's how much I loved it. Like, I'm going to try to
journal.
Wow. Bro, I have ADHD. That didn't pan out at all.
No.
They had like one page. I'm like, yeah, fuck this shit.
They forgot to tell you Doug was medicated, so
clearly, like you could journal every day.
You could focus.
Journal. I'm in love with Patty Mayonnaise. I mean, of course, you got the best friend Skeeter. The whole thing.
Oh yeah,
he was medicated, definitely.
Yeah, and let me tell you something. We said this in this episode, in this show before. Is only the Doug from Nickelodeon. I never watched that piece of crap, that one that got bought out by Disney. No, never watched that. I saw an episode and I'm like, this is garbage. I'm never going to watch this thing ever. I hated it. I was like, no, this is not the Doug I
attempted to watch it. It was on ABC on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's see what they got. Immediately, the animation was different.
Oh, yeah. It was
and
Disney.
then,
was
like,
Disney
we had talked about, like, Roger had, like, won the lottery.
Yep.
And like he was still the bully, but it was so watered down. And I was like, nah, this shit's ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel like the one in Nickelodeon had heart, in my opinion. Had a little more heart. Yes, Roger was a bully, but you also got the feel for him a little bit. You understood him kind of in a way. Like, oh, why he is the way he was.
Yep. There was a reason he is the way, his character was the way he was made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and Tony, what were his neighbors?
The Dinks.
Dinks.
And they were an acronym for double income, no kids, because they didn't have any kids. So
and he always had like crazy gadgets, right?
Yeah. He was like an inventor or something like that. And he would like talk like this, like, yeah, good seeing you, Doc. like bucktooth accent and very, very happy guy. And I'm like, of course he's happy, kids didn't weigh him down that much.
Those first two Nicktoons, and I think I actually was told this by my girl because her favorite is Rugrats, and when she broke it down to me like this, it made a lot of sense. I liked Rugrats. Rugrats was dope. I dug it, but Rugrats gave you a lot of the kids angles, but also it would give you the adult angles as well. So she told me one of the stories on there that she really like felt for was when Chucky's dad, I think, was like dating or was gonna get married, and they're like showing like, oh, I don't want a new mom, this and that. It's like, yo, but they also talk about like, your dad wants to have somebody and stuff like that, and it shows you both perspectives. While most of the perspective is from the kids, the babies and stuff like that, they did show you like the parents and stuff that the parents were going through, and it was very subtle. Like as a kid, most of us didn't even pick up on a lot of the topics, but then if you watch it back, you're just like, oh shit, they were actually like talking about like from our angle and from their angle. And one of the craziest, funniest thing is, what's Angelica's like doll's name?
No, Tammy. No, was it Tammy?
Oh, now you're just coming up with crazy white girl names.
It's just,
Jackie?
Jackie. No. God, she had the crazy hair.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because she had put that doll through hell.
Yeah.
Angelica had that doll, Cynthia, that looked. If you've seen the Barbie movie, have you seen the Barbie movie?
Yeah.
Okay, that crazy Barbie that has been fucking run through the gutter. That is literally Cynthia. She has like a strip of hair left. Like the makeup's all banged up, and I don't think they ever give us what she did to that doll. But there is an episode where they show the doll when she first got it.
Yeah,
and it had all the. It was legit a Barbie, but dude, when I saw that, I'm like, did that doll come like that? And then they showed the episode that, oh no, it's like a full-fledged Barbie with full hair. I was like, what the hell? And mind you, Angelica's like the worst, the absolute fucking worst on that show. I had a cousin who I literally, and her name has a similar sounding. Her name sounds similar to Angelica. It was the exact same thing. So I was just like, oh my god, you're Angelica, and I'm fucking Angelica. Tommy. Yeah.
But I remember the episode now. As a kid, you didn't watch it, but it was the one where I think Stu and his wife had just had a baby. And they had their brother Tommy, and Stu couldn't fall back asleep. And she's like, "Stu, what are you doing?" "I'm making chocolate pudding at 4 a.m." He's like, "Why are you doing that?" "Because I've completely lost control of my life." I look at that now. I'm like, I have never understood you more.
You see, like they kind of had relatable parts for adults in it.
It did.
But
it really did.
That Rugrats was such a classic. And obviously later on there was a lot more there's other Nicktoons that came out. We've talked about it. Rocko is actually one of my favorite ones. Definitely had subtle adult topics or tone or things in there that they would nod to but wouldn't really focus on. Like that he worked at what was it, a phone sex thing?
A phone sex
line.
Definitely a phone sex line. That was definitely
and Heifer Heifer was a cow that lived with wolves.
Yes. It
was raised by wolves.
Yes.
And then there's Filbert. Filbert kills me. He's like, oh, fish sticks, oh, fish sticks, oh, fish sticks. Yeah.
He was a turtle that the funny thing is he was the nerd that was always hanging out in the comic book shop that Rocko worked at. Because Rocko was obsessed. He was a nerd at heart too, because he was also obsessed with the comic books. But yeah, and of course he would like roll over like, oh, fish. He would get stuck.
Yeah, he would fall on his back and you just see his arms just moving around. And what came out after that? Oh, your favorite, Tony.
Oh yes. How can I forget? Another favorite of mine is Hey Arnold. And as you can see, such a great favorite that it is right here. Right there. Look at that. That is an album. I loved it. I think this is probably one of the first times I fell in love with like jazz. And it was just the music alone on it was absolutely incredible. It really was. And I absolutely loved it. And again, one day I'll have a dream room like that, just like his.
Yeah.
So, yep.
We've talked a lot about gaming, game shows on Nickelodeon and the Nicktoons. Emery has a bunch of stuff that has to do with the Nicktoons. You have like exclusive art that you said was like going to be like for the cards or something like that.
Yeah. So it was these Topps cards came out. They came out, I think these were 93. And I was lucky enough to talk to somebody who doesn't want to be named, but they were an employee at Nickelodeon, and I would guess most of the original artwork for the lenticular cards, the tattoos, like everything in these, I have the original artwork for.
So sick.
That is so sick.
And yeah, there's some of them right there. That's the color testing for lenticular cards. I'm pretty sure that's what you have shown there. But yeah, I have things like, so I think you have a close up of this maybe, but this is an actual prototype card from the set. It's the only prototype in here that I have, but it's yeah, see, and there's letters from Tops and places like that. But
That's
yeah,
cool.
it just like it explains like the card and all about it.
That is so cool. Unbelievable, man. This is also like all eBay that you're getting this stuff from?
This person, yeah. So what happened was it was weird. I bought a denim Nickelodeon jacket off this person. It has like a Nick at Night patch and stuff on the back.
Oh, that's
And then
cool.
they started chatting with me, and they're like, "Hey, since you collect Nickelodeon stuff, I'm so and so, and I have this stuff." And I'm like, "Holy shit!
Wow.
Okay, nice to meet you." And then we started emailing off of eBay. Yeah, so
What a find.
but yeah, so I have just guys. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff, like just random sketches that they would play with. Like there's Horse,
Mr. Horse.
Powdered Toast Man, like all of the like just random. I have folders and folders like you wouldn't believe. I
That's
need to figure out
incredible.
how to like get this in front of.
Bro, look at that.
You know, there's
Spitball.
log,
What?
all
Yep.
kinds of stuff.
Man, you gotta
Some
get
of
that in
them,
glass, bro.
that's the problem, guys. Like I've got folders of stuff like that that just I need to get a binder or something. I mean, that paper is really
Thin.
I don't know, delicate and it's different size than normal, like something like a photo album. So I just need to figure out how to properly display it and preserve it. Like that's the biggest thing is having a piece of history like this. And yeah, like look at this. They leave notes. The editors, that's notes from the editors about what they want to change on the cards. Like just seeing history like that, guys. Like
Bro, yeah.
that, it just makes me excited, and I couldn't believe that. Like I have my hands on this stuff, and I want to be able to share it.
You literally have Nickelodeon history in your house.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is about as equal as getting like a cartoon cell.
The cells, yeah, I was gonna say that.
The cells they used to draw, which is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, this is probably even better because these are like drawn before they even get to a cell. So
yeah, like this, like they're just random, like Quail Man's on there, just random things, guys. Like
wow,
I think Tony just
so much random stuff. Yeah, dude, there's so much. They would do so. These are color testing. They would just test colors out on their drawings, and they would give notes on stuff. Yeah, guys, it's. I mean, I don't even know. We could go through. It would take us.
We would have to do like 3 episodes to go through all your stuff.
Like this is for the tattoos, the
on the cards.
Yeah, in the card packs, like so much cool stuff.
Bro. That is so cool, man. What a find, man. Thanks for sharing. That is incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
And his Nickelodeon collection of stuff that he has, I mean, besides everything he's showing us, is ridiculous. Like he needs 2 rooms just for Nickelodeon stuff to present on walls and then on shelves. Like,
I'm sure.
Every day he'll be like, "Oh, hey, have I showed you this?" I'm like, "No, Emery, you have about 5 years worth of stuff that you haven't shown me on there."
It sucks. It sucks because I have to store a lot of it away just because of my other collecting, And this stuff isn't easy to display, like the paper ephemera and stuff like that. So yeah, once I find, here we go. You've got a picture of the blimp up. I have that hanging from my wall. I have 12-foot ceilings, and that's hanging above some of my action figures.
That is so cool.
But there's some of my gargoyles and turtles.
I bet you're after a Nickelodeon award, aren't you?
Yeah.
Dude,
I
if you
you
could
know
get
I'll-
one of those blimps.
Oh my god.
Wait, hold on. Before I even say that, do you have one of the blimps?
no, those are expensive as hell. Like I would rank that up there with a piece of the aggro crag. Just trying to get your hands on it.
Yeah, because if I
Sure.
remember correctly, those blimps have like a little eye viewfinder thing, right? That you could look inside, supposedly, if I remember correctly. So
Mhm.
Yeah, you could definitely like viewfind it, and it was an award for the Nickelodeon Awards.
Yeah, but yeah, that blimp that I have there is they would have hung in stores for like promo stuff.
That's cool, man.
yeah.
That
And
is
if
so cool.
I remember correctly, didn't you got like a chair, an inflatable chair or something?
I have it sitting next to me.
Oh,
So this you could mail in. Kool-Aid ran a promo where you could get the big inflatable chair. I have the original box that came in with the person's mailing stuff on it, like original Subway coupons from back then. The nickel ozone stickers, if you guys remember those from, it was an O scope you could look through.
nice.
And then here's the sealed chair that I have not opened yet. Someday when I have the room, I will, in the space, I will open it.
That is
But
so
yes, there it is sealed. Really cool. Like I don't find them sealed. You rarely see them not sealed. So
Yeah.
one of my favorites. Also, all of my Nickelodeon stuff. One of my favorites.
Dude,
I love it
it's
all.
just, granted, all the other stuff that you collect is awesome. I'm a fan of everything you collect because we're 80s and 90s kids. But your Nickelodeon stuff to me stands out just a little bit more because of a lot of the rarity of the stuff that you have.
Yeah, here it is.
Want your own chair? You can get your very own Nickelodeon inflatable chair free, but only from Kool-Aid. See order form for details and mail it in along with Kool-Aid
Look,
points,
that-
postage, and handling. Best
I would
see
rip those
now.
things off in every freaking store I
Yeah.
went to and just toss
Dude.
them.
That's incredible.
But yeah, that's the commercial I was talking about. It's so cool to like match that up. Like, hey, I have that, guys. You know what I mean?
And it was
And
a mail
so-
in. It wasn't you could go
Yeah.
into a store. It was a mail in.
Absolutely. Yeah, you had to mail in and take the time. Your parents had to take the time to mail in the proofs of purchase and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
I can only imagine how many proofs of purchase you needed. I assume it was
Yeah.
a certain amount, right? Or is it just one?
Yeah. No, I don't know. It's probably, I don't think it says on, it just says not to use the chair as a flotation device.
Yeah, that's good advice. That's good advice. Not to put it in
Yeah.
the bowl.
But yeah, definitely.
So I have another one, I think one of a kind item here that I'd like to show you guys.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Please.
Go for it.
This is from Nickelodeon Magazine. There was a mail-in competition, and it's a Nickelodeon Magazine instant camera.
Dude.
And I believe this might be the only one that exists. I know if there's somebody out there, please let us know. But yeah,
Wow.
Wait. So there's only one. You've never seen that anywhere else?
never seen another. No, because this was like a promotion. Like you had to win this, so you had to mail in for it.
That's nuts.
And I'm pretty sure, that's the only one, guys.
That's crazy. Again, and we're gonna look at some other stuff that you have, another collection, and everything you have is awesome. But your Nickelodeon stuff is just so
Impeccable.
dope because of like we said, the rarity and the fact that you have history. You have history within your hands. You touch something that is something that led to an episode, an art image, or something like that. And that's fucking nuts. And to think, and like to you, we do this podcast as a thing where to be like a time machine. You literally have something that you could literally look at and be like, holy shit, this is from like 1990, 1991.
It's crazy, man. Like that's what keeps me wanting to do it. Just like right here's images of a bunch of my Nickelodeon stuff that I only have one bookcase that I have space for. But yeah, they've got the Coleman cooler, the little cooler with the doo-wop dinos. I've got the Blaster boombox that plays cassettes there. There's the camera, the Photo Blaster camera, and I have that sealed.
Nice.
There's so much history just sitting right there.
with
A lot
all
of
the
it you can't
Nickelodeon
see.
stuff that you're talking about, do you, and let's see if Tony, do you know what's screaming at me on that shelf?
The boombox.
No, it's
No,
not Nickelodeon related.
that's not.
Oh.
And it's very
I
small,
know.
but the second the picture came up, I was like, there it is.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
You're
Hold
not going
on.
to know what it is. Or maybe you will.
Maybe I will. The DuckTales tiger.
Yes.
Yeah.
That DuckTales tiger haunts me in my damn sleep, bro.
I love that thing. I didn't have a good place to put it. It just felt right to put it with the Nickelodeon stuff.
It doesn't need to, it could go anywhere. It's always going to fit. That thing is great. It's beautiful. I love it. I will have one day. But as you can see, Emery has so much that he could show us for Nickelodeon. But again, we would have to like break this down to like 5 episodes if we went through just his Nickelodeon stuff.
We're
But
already
we're
at
gonna
an
go
hour
ahead
15 right now.
and we're gonna what?
We're already in an hour 15 right now, so we can't break down anything.
Yeah. And the next segment's probably gonna be like 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll jump into the memes. But yeah, that is his part, just a fraction of his Nickelodeon stuff. And we just literally saw a piece of Nickelodeon history, like on here. Like it's so crazy to me that you had those pieces. When you told me, you're like, oh, I got these folders. You want to see what's in them? I'm like, oh, sure. I was like, oh, what? And then when he told me what it was, like I was just like, you know how funny it is? Like you associate, like, oh, if one of your friends is like has something or something, you're just like, bro, I know somebody that has this. Like one of my friends has this, and you start flexing your friend because they have it. You don't have it, but they have it. Like I know someone who has Nickelodeon history. Like fuck all y'all. I know someone. I know people.
Dude, the Nickelodeon collection you got, man, is highly impressive. I've never seen such a vast collection of Nickelodeon, and I'm sure.
Thank you, guys.
Some more stuff you're trying to collect, aren't you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm only not even 3 years into my collecting journey. Like I'm compared to some people, I'm an infant. Like there are people that are out there that are way bigger Nickelodeon collectors that have way more history than me, and I'm just scratching the surface. Yeah, I'm just getting started.
But what's the one thing that they don't have is this man's ability to snipe those deals, bro.
Oh, I'm sure. I gotta ask this. So, what is the one thing that you're chasing? What is your holy grail of Nickelodeon?
I mean, honestly, a piece of the aggro crag. I mean, if I had that, I could set right up on top of my display. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
Yeah, the piece of the aggro crag.
The aggro crag, I'm telling you, it's one of the most iconic pieces of Nickelodeon. Period.
And you're looking for the one that was actually on a show, right?
Yes. Yeah. You can buy like the replicas and stuff. No, I want the $5,000 big boy trophy. You know, I don't do replicas. I want original. Like when I collect, I collect original.
No, a true collector at heart. I love it. That is incredible.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and end it on that. We're gonna put Emery's Nickelodeon collection back into the drawers, safe and sound, where no one could get to it, even though I have his address. But we'll go ahead and hide everything away. And
all 3 of my dogs know your scent and know to be watching for you.
Yeah. So again, I just want to thank Emery for showing us his Nickelodeon stuff because we are just blown away. I know Tony is just like I talk to him every day to Emery, and he shows me stuff here and there, but Tony doesn't have this much exposure to these things. No. So I know to you and to people listening or watching, this must be a freaking like mind-blowing situation to see so much Nickelodeon stuff, so much history being presented. And you know, again, it's literally you have like you could, like you said, you went to buy a jacket and someone's like, oh, so you like Nickelodeon? Well, I have this. And you're just like, it's all about the right time, right place, right communication, and how you treat people too. Because you you were probably cool with that person. Like, oh, here, I'm sure they've sold other Nickelodeon stuff, and they're just like, nah, I'm not gonna. Or a lot of times, people don't want to give or sell things to resellers, and they saw that you were an advent collector, like you had the love and passion for it.
This is for you and your collection, your private collection, so for you to enjoy. And I think that's what they saw in you, and I thought that was It's such a great.
It went to the right person. Like it would absolutely went. There's nobody better out there that stuff could have gone to. And I'm super happy that you have that stuff, and I get to say that I know somebody that has that stuff.
Gotta flex.
But
Gotta flex.
With that being said, y'all, let's go ahead. We're gonna jump into one more segment with our boy Emery. Each guest of ours that we have on here, I actually did this with Dayton, and I didn't bring his up, so I'll mention his in another episode. But I did send our buddy here, Emery, a Stranded on an Island retro edition, and it has 6 questions. So the questions are, what is a movie you would bring with you? 3 music albums, 1 nostalgic toy, 1 retro snack. It could exist or be discontinued. 1 TV series and 1 video game with its console. So Emery obliged and gave us his list. So the movie you would bring on is Willow.
My all-time favorite movie is Willow. If you guys remember that 80s, early 80s movie, sci-fi, fantasy. I've seen that movie more than any other movie. I was obsessed with it. I can quote that thing. I love it. I love everything about it. Like it's got action, adventure, love, romance, everything. Like it's everything a movie needs.
Nice.
Awesome.
And then your 3 albums are Dark Side of the Moon. What was the other one?
Led Zeppelin 4.
Led Zeppelin. Okay.
4.
And then Undertow by Tool.
Yep, and then Undertow by Tool. Those would be my 3 albums. Yeah, Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin, I have been listening to since high school. I don't know, they are just put me in a good mood. They calm me down. They're just awesome. And I would have loved to see them live, but I was lucky enough to see Tool live.
Nice.
They put on an amazing laser show. Like I call them the modern day Pink Floyd. Probably piss people off, but they're very theatrical when they do their shows. I love their lyrics and just the beats of their songs. I don't know, just something about everything about Tool's albums. I don't know. I just dig.
Right.
Cool.
So the third question was your nostalgic toy. I think we
got that.
Oh yes, the 11-inch Krang.
Your Krang or your Android body Krang. Now,
yep.
Your retro snack, PB Crisp. What is that? I don't remember that.
You don't.
Good one.
You remember PB Crisps? Anybody? No,
do.
you don't. So these little. Okay, first off, I have what some would consider an addiction to peanut butter. Okay. I'm currently on the wagon, and I haven't had peanut butter in like 2 months, and it trust me, it was tough to get through the first few days. Anyway, these PB Crisps were like these little. They're in the shape of peanuts. They were filled, like had a peanut buttery filling, and they kind of melted in your mouth. They're like a Nilla wafer, not a Nilla wafer, but like a wafer kind of. And it's just, man. Oh,
yeah, I remember.
I would bring that back.
Now that you fucking said that and you described it, that you would eat through that shit and you could eat more. It's like one of those things that you're just like, all right, I ate the whole fucking thing. I could eat more. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why they got rid of them. I loved them. I wish they'd bring them back.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
All right. Your number 5 was one TV show series, and you went TMNT. Now I'm assuming that's the 80s one.
That would be the 80s cartoon, absolutely. The one that started it all.
Yeah.
Well, it started it all for me. The comics would have started it all, but the cartoon started it all for me.
Yeah, I think for most of us here on the show, that the cartoon was definitely the one. And then last but not least, the one video game with its console, you said Super Nintendo with Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Oh my gosh. One of my all-time favorite games. I currently have it. It is one of the hardest games. I would consider one of the hardest games ever made. You have to play through it twice to be able to beat it. You play through it once and you're like, yay, I finally did it. And then it's like, no, you forgot to get something. And they make you start all over. It's a little harder the second time around. And then once I beat it the second time, I didn't want to play it for 35 years. That's how, Like,
Yeah.
and I finally got it, and I remember why it was so aggravating. Like, I can only make it to the third level,
Dude, I'm
and
watching
I'm
Emery
still
play.
working.
I'm watching Emery play on his live, and the frustration in this man because he has to get suits. There's stuff attacking him. He has to jump on these platforms.
You
and
can't
stuff.
save it. You turn the freaking system off, or you die, and you have to you can't save it. You have to start all over, man. Like, there's
Yeah.
no.
God.
If you have 5 hours or 8 hours of your life to dedicate and like not give up, like maybe, but
Dude, I
It's
said in the
aggravating.
live, I commented, like I go, oh, what's the one takeaway of this live? Oh shit, oh shit, like every time, oh shit. I was like, I mean, it's especially for a retro game. Again, thanks for doing that retro island stranded questionnaire. I have to get on here and talk about Dayton's. Dayton has a really good one. His movie is one of my favorite movies. As we want to go ahead and thank Emery for joining us, and please check him out on TikTok as the Nostalgic Xennial. And if you're on Instagram, he is 80s and 90s rewind. But for mostly right now, you're sticking to TikTok. His lives are awesome. He'll literally just have a title about what he wants to talk about, and people just come in, talk about movies, talk about their favorite toys. I tried doing the same thing, but TikTok hates me, so it's fine. But
Some of my TikTok lives get wild. Like, I can have 100+ people in my room, and if you come into my room and you comment and I don't see it, I'm not ignoring you. I promise. I'm not.
Yeah. No, yeah. He's there trying to read it. He's like, hey, how's it going? Oh, you like Bill and Ted? Oh, cool. Casper? Oh, I love Casper. Oh, Aladdin? Oh man, I used to want to. And he's like trying to keep up, and he's growing, and he's just like, he got to the point where he's like, if I missed your comment, just say it again.
Yeah.
But dude, Emery, thanks a lot for joining us, bro. I have a feeling we're gonna have to have you back, because we literally it was the tip of the iceberg. And
For sure.
as you can see, this is probably the longest running episode we've done because of just talking shit, hanging out with one of our boys. It's just a good hang. I mean, we've talked outside of this podcast, and we could talk days upon days about all this stuff. So thanks again, bro. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
And this is how we close the show. Welcome to Memes of the Week. We're going to go ahead and go through some of these memes and see if they pull any nostalgia for you. These are memes that are sent to us by followers, friends, or sometimes the people who make the pages. So without further ado, Tony, go ahead and give us that first meme. What's it say there?
All right. It was an absolute must to become a DJ once you got these planners. Now,
dude, and what is on screen is those planners that they gave you. I remember I was in high school in 2000 that it was like a holographic lenticular on the front that said 2000. And on the back, it had the girl riding the bike, I guess in front of a truck or whatever. And yes, all of us with our hands were scratching on there the fresh beats of the 2000s, just spitting away, just.
Even take a pencil to it and you go.
All of us were scratching on these things. Like, it was just like you could be there. Like, I remember in homeroom when they handed these to us, and what the hell is this for? I think that was the second year that we started getting planners.
Yeah.
I think in 1999 we got the first planner,
and it wasn't. They didn't have this like lenticular.
It was like a flat, polished surface.
Yeah.
And then this year they it's the year 2000. It's a big deal. So they got we gotta get a special holographic on here. And I just remember being in class just scratching away. Everyone remembers it, bro. It's crazy. I wish I would have known that. I would have want to see this again because it had a bunch of different stuff on the inside. It had like for you to take notes, for you to like a calendar on the back. I want to say it had a thing for you to measure as well, like maybe like a ruler on the edge on the inside.
Had a ruler in the middle and stuff like that. It had like places for you to write down your homework, because back then you had to write down your homework to figure out what page you had to read and write or whatever it was, and that's what these planners were.
Yeah,
I do know that they didn't do this again.
No, it was definitely it was wasted on us because we definitely tossed these things. Like if you gave this to 10 students, maybe 3 of them kept them and used them. The rest of us were like, all right, that's irrelevant. It's crazy that they spent, like, I don't know what the cost of this was, but the fact that every student got this.
I don't think they'll ever do that again because teachers were pretty annoyed of us scratching these things. Just
Yep.
Stop it.
But yeah, let us know if you had one of these. I mean, chances are you did. If you were an 80s and 90s kid, when you got to maybe middle school and high school, because I don't think it was an elementary school. I think it was a middle school and high school thing. I got it in high school. Let us know, did you have this? And what songs were you DJing on your folder? Go ahead, give us the next one.
Dude, this one hit me in the feels.
Bro. Okay, I'm going to read this one for you guys.
Go for it.
The meme reads, one day we put our shoes in here for the very last time. And it is that McDonald's shoe holder in the play area where you went to the ball pit and the tunnels. Yo, I can't tell you like the last time I did that. I don't remember the last time putting my shoes into here. I just know that the shoes I put in there were Payless shoes.
Burger King or McDonald's, but in this picture is McDonald's, has Ronald McDonald on there, and you go to, they have these playgrounds at McDonald's. There are a few of them that still have them, but they're getting more rare. From what I noticed, I don't see it. As a matter of fact, Rolly, I think they're destroying the one on 137th at the Burger King. Yeah, so they're getting more rare. You just have these playgrounds, and you just go for a couple of hours, and probably your parents just like, I just need a break. Let the kids just play. And you play and you put your shoes in these things and to make sure that you didn't lose your shoes, because that was the biggest issue, because they didn't have these at some places. And he's like, where's your shoe? One's here, one's on the other side, one's in the slide. This kept it very organized.
And the one thing I will tell you, though, that is across the board, doesn't matter if it was Burger King, McDonald's, the room or the area where this thing was, and especially the enclosed ones, because we had one in a Burger King next to our house. It smelled like pure feet, like stank feet in all of the playgrounds, especially in the area where these shoe holders were.
Absolutely.
You walk in there and it smells like straight Fritos and feet in that motherfucker. So across the board, if you saw this, you automatically could smell the playground. While it's a good memory, the playing on the playground, you could smell the playground too. And there might be a tinge of a piss in that ball pit.
Yeah, a little bit. That's when they had ball pits back then. You remember that? And bro, I guarantee you, they never cleaned those playgrounds. Not once. Not once.
But yes, I really don't remember the last time I put my shoes in one of these.
I don't either.
So it's crazy.
I don't. So
all right, let's go to the next one.
Coming back to this. We talked about this.
We talked about this on the episode where we talked about home phones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and read this one to you. The picture has a kid in the 90s on a corded house phone, and the meme reads, kids today will never know the fear of calling your crush and their dad answering like it's an interrogation. I literally talked about this on that episode, how I would call my high school girlfriend's house and I would tell her, hey, be by the phone at 6 o'clock. So when I call you, you answer. So I won't have to talk to anybody in your house. Oh, okay, I will. And what happens? I called. Her stepfather answered. And then, of course, I'm just like, hi, is, so-and-so there? And they're like, oh, okay. And then he screams. He's like, this kid is calling again. Every day he calls. I'm waiting for a call. He's just, I'm like, and then he's like, oh, what do you want with her? I was like, conversation. Just want to talk. And then he goes, give her the phone. She's super happy. Oh, hey, babe. I was like, I told you. Be by the phone. It's 6. Why aren't you? Oh, sorry, I got caught up. I go, dude, I have to go through this. Every time I call, I have to freaking answer all these questions, get yelled at, hear him say something crazy about me. Like, it was so stressful. Now, these motherfuckers don't stress shit. They text, they fucking voice note, they DM, they call, they have their own cell phones on them. There is no struggle to call somebody that you like and have to deal with the adult in that house.
As a matter of fact, as a father of a 7-year-old daughter, I feel god awful that I'm not going to be able to experience that. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'll force it. Because you're like, hey, who's calling you? Hey, give me that phone. Give me that phone. Yeah. I'm going to take your cell phone. Like, yeah, who's this? Just that.
Or when that first date happens
Oh my God.
I'll go over and we'll do the bad boys thing. Who the hell's Reggie? 15.
You just got it. Motherfucker, you look 30.
Motherfucker, you look 30.
You just
yeah,
got out
man.
of prison. Relax.
You don't gotta be putting my business all that. I just got out of jail and I ain't going back.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need you on that one for sure.
Yeah.
So,
But dude, this is absolutely crazy. It's very generational. This is something that only our generation knew about because after what I think the generation after us was still kind of doing this, but after that, everybody had cell phones.
Yeah.
Or you hit people up online or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, this is definitely an 80s and 90s kid staple of having to call someone your crush, even like a friend's house. You didn't want to call sometimes a friend's house because you didn't want to like have to go through the parents sometimes, especially if the parent was like a mean parent. I remember one of my friends like had like a tough, like a rough dad. I'm just like, I don't want to have to go through that. I go, bro, just call me. My grandma won't tell me anything. Just call me.
There you go.
Go next one. Dude, setup of setups from the what we want to say, late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Like I would say from 1998 to early 2000s. Yeah. We grew up with this set and didn't realize how good we had it.
And now it is none other than the computer desk with your monitor, the slide out keyboard.
Yes. Oh,
remember the slide out keyboard? It was a staple in every desk that you had this the little like what is it, like shelf that's hidden, and then you slide it out from under and it's just the keyboards on there with the mouse.
Yep. Dude, the printer, the stereo, the CDs on top.
Mm-hmm.
And not to be confused with the CD-ROMs of the games of the computer that are on the row.
The spindle with the blank CDs.
Oh, look at that. Off to the side. You knew you were burning some CDs with this setup. Like you knew you were running. This is your setup running this business, bro.
Yeah. This is your work. This is the workstation.
That's what it was, bro. And your printer, when you want to print things, bro.
Look, and I'll tell you right now, I don't know if you noticed. So it's right next to a bed.
Yeah.
So my bedroom when I was in high school was this. It wasn't as elaborate. It didn't have all that stuff. I had a smaller, like that held less, but it was literally my bed and then a computer desk, monitor, computer speakers that got the static every time a phone call came in.
Absolutely.
I had the spindle of CDs. Down here, I had the Hewlett Packard that had the clear top and it would hold like 10 CDs at the top. I don't know if you remember that one.
Yes.
And yeah, dude, it's just this was peak computer setup. This is the time when getting on the internet felt magical because you had to go into a room on a computer to access the internet. You didn't have the internet at your fingertips at all times. You had to go in a room on this particular device to go online and see your friends on AIM, go to websites, find out what's going on. It was just, this was probably the most magical time of the internet.
Absolutely. And funny enough to mention that yours was next to your bed. Mine was next to my bed, but it was a lot smaller. And what it was, I'm sure you remember, it was the one where it was like, it looked like a piece of furniture and it had doors. And then you would open it and it'd be an entire computer and with the slide out thing and the desktop on the bottom. Like it was all hidden. And when you were done with it, just closed it. Boom. It was just looked like another piece of furniture inside the house.
Yep.
That was like my setup and it was right next to my bed. So
yeah, man.
For sure.
But yeah, this was definitely a peak setup and it transports all of us when we see this setup and we just think of late 90s, early 2000s.
And our last meme of the week. We're going to end it with no other than Nickelodeon.
And we just talked about a bunch of Nickelodeon with our guest Emery. Thanks again to Emery for being on here. But this one right here, this is kind of like showing you what we experienced in the 90s and what today is like. Look at the top. It's basically the Universal Studios Nickelodeon Studios in Orlando, Florida, which was one of the greatest experiences I had as a kid was going to this place. Look at the color. Like look at how the difference in color. The building is red, blue, green, orange, like yellow. Like there's so much popping and it just looks fun. It looks great. And then the updated version, which I think my brother could tell us about this building, it's just bland white with blue columns, like crazy.
It is now the Universal Studios office buildings for Universal theme parks. That's what it got turned into. I know because I work for Comcast Universal for NBC, and we were there for the opening of Diagon Alley, and we had to go to get our credentials to the old Nickelodeon studios in this office building. And it was like, wow, walking through there, none of it looked like this stuff as a kid. The only thing that looked like was a shell, like there in that picture on the outside.
Yeah.
So on that note, go ahead, read it.
I'll read the meme for you guys. It says, when someone asks what makes the 90s so special, I show them this. And 100%, like I couldn't agree more. Like,
absolutely.
This is the building today. This is how it was in the 90s. It just, with taking Nickelodeon aside, like just the fact, the contrast of color and fun, and then you have just stale, white, boring, just no life. It looks lifeless.
Dude, you could do this pretty much with anything in the 90s or 80s. You could show an old McDonald's and a new McDonald's nowadays. You could show an old Kmart and no Kmart, or cars. Remember that one we saw where it was just a bunch of colorful cars, and now the cars are like just bland. Like it's just like we just went like dull. Like that's like the color of our lives like went out the window. And I will say the most memorable thing that I see here in the Nickelodeon studios is the fountain slime.
The slime gusher thing.
Awesome. Yeah. That thing was incredible. And it was green. It was green too. It was man, what a great time to go and visit that. But yeah, man, again, show them this picture why you think the 90s was special. I'm like, look at this picture and you tell me why.
Thanks for this one. Definitely blasted like the nostalgia in my face. Just seeing that building, just like, and then seeing the difference. It's just like, oh, it like does something to you. It's like, holy shit. Like
it does.
Like you say all the time, it's literally like the building grew up and it's just like an old, tired man now.
Middle-aged man.
Yeah. And that is your show, ladies and gentlemen. I need to give a big, big thank you to our boy Emery for joining us today. Like, it was such a awesome episode. He had, I mean, a lot of those Nickelodeon pieces were incredible. Like we said it, he has history in his house, Nickelodeon history in a filing cabinet in his house. How nuts is that? Something that impacted you so much as a kid that you literally saw every day. And he has stuff that the people who created these characters drew on. Nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Unbelievable. It was a great episode. We just thank you, Emery, and just sharing that with us.
Again, if you do want to follow our buddy Emery on right now, he is doing mostly TikTok. He is the Nostalgic Xennial. I'll have that link in the bio. And on Instagram, he is 80s and 90s Rewind. Definitely give him a follow. He has been a fan and a supporter of our show and our social medias since we started, basically. And he is an awesome guy. His lives are awesome. So anything you want to add to it, Tony?
No, it was great. It was a great episode. Thank you for just joining us, Emery. And for those listening, go check out his stuff. Vastly impressive. And you will just be a kid again. Just looking at his lives, and it's such a great time. It really was.
But with that being said, you guys, thank you again for rocking with us. Thank you for checking in, coming into the retro room. We will be back next week for sure, because we have no breaks coming for a while now. And if you want to follow me on any of the social medias, it is Rolly's Retro Room on both TikTok, Instagram, and the YouTube. Tony is Tony in Retro on Instagram, and you could find our podcast on all the listening sites: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, iHeartRadio. We're on all of them. So anywhere you enjoy anywhere you enjoy your podcast, we are on there. Leave us a like, a subscribe, some comments, give us a review. It helps to get the podcast out there, and we would really appreciate your interaction. But with that being said, you all take it easy out there. Keep it retro.